page 26 of your workbook. If you do not have a workbook, you can purchase one at the end of the seminar for the cheap, cheap price of $200. I know what you're thinking. And I'm like, yeah, I know there's a friend prices. You can only buy 3. So I have some tips, tricks, and hints to help you make some money. In order to highlight these tips, I am going to tell you 2 stories so you can follow along.
From the university.
No, yes, he's a good man. So when I was in 5th grade, I was blessed with a entrepreneurial spirit. And I noticed that kids in my class enjoyed atomic warheads, which were these super sour little gumballs. So I was like, oh man, I could sell those. You see a need, you feel a need. I'm sorry about the duck call. My laser gun was stolen by TSA because they're fascists. So bear with me. See a need, feel a need. And I noticed the supermarket by my house sold atomic warheads $4 for a pound. So I would buy them, I would take them to school, I would sell them at lunch 50 cents a piece. After 8 of those, I was collecting profit. I was making fat bank. Not fat bank, but I was 10, so it was good. And the other kids noticed that I was a genius, and they wanted to be like me. So this one girl, Sarah, she had bought some atomic warheads, and she tried fencing them during lunch. Don't be a Sarah! Let me hear you. Do you want to be a Sarah? No! Don't be a Sarah! Sarah's a leech, and we're the opposite of leeches. We're wolves. Be a wolf! Yeah! We're my wolf back! Yeah! So, she started selling too, and then one day at lunch, she came up to me asking for 50 cents, because she said she gave me one the day before, and then I told her I'd pay her the next day. That's not true. Always keep a ledger. So we got into a fight. The teacher got involved, which is why the next morning on the announcements, the principal said,
"There will be no more selling of candy during lunch by students."
That damn leech. Later that year, J.J. Zabkar, real name, had a birthday party. We were in 5th grade, so it was mixed gender. And we went to bowling alley, because that was cool at some point. And they had one of those claw machines, right? Claw machine. Everyone's feeding bills into those, because no one wins at claw machine. Well, not me. I win at everything. But nobody wins at, in fact, hey, Claude, let's invest in claw machines. Write that down. Anyway. So I gave her $1 so she was trying to get this toy. She lost, because she's a leech. And then I went, and I won, because I'm a winner. Where are my winners at? Yeah! Yes! So, she was so pissed off. She said she'd never pay me back that $1. Do not make an enemy out of me. Next year, for 6th grade class trip, we went to Kelly's Island. And we were hanging out there like 4 boys and 4 girls, and the girls were like, let's all go to the bathroom, because even at that age, women all go to the bathroom at the same time. And Sarah said, watch my purse. If you owe me $1, do not ask me to watch your purse. So I took my $1. But I'm a good man, so I didn't take interest. Now, Sarah finally get hers, because a few years back, my friend sent me a message on Facebook Platinum, which is like your Facebook, but better, because I have a walk-in humidor on my yacht that's parked at my private island. But you can have that too! So he sends me a note, and it's an article from the city we grew up in. She had been arrested for robbing a bank. She had passed a note to the teller, and it said, I have a gun, give me your money. And she got $2,000 back, which actually doesn't seem like that much. That's a rounding error for me. That's what I leave as a tip to the valet when he brings by my hovercraft. And it turns out she didn't even have a gun, because she's a leech. Buy a damn gun! Or better yet, don't rob a bank. unintentionally misspell the name of your restaurant. It's not cute. And I was a waiter, and it was a crap job, but I excelled at it. Because I excel at everything. Because I'm a winner. I look out here, I see a bunch of wolves. I bet you excel too. I see a bunch of winning wolves who are accelerating. And those are two different excels, I know, but I like that. Vroom, vroom, so there was a fenced-in, there was an enclosed patio where we'd have parties, and there was a party of about a dozen middle-aged women celebrating one of their birthdays. And it was near my area, so as I was walking by, I'd occasionally note what was going on there. And I looked over, and I saw that all the meals were leaving at the same time, like people hadn't even eaten all of them. I was like, well, that's weird, because that doesn't normally happen. Now, it's important to know for the story, the champ has a dish called the, there's a Parmesan chicken dinner plate, something like that, where it was about 2 pounds of spaghetti, half a pound of spaghetti sauce, and 3 breaded chicken breasts. Americans love big meals. And it turns out that one of the women, while biting into a chicken breast, felt something in her mouth. She pulled it out, and it was a Band-Aid. Yeah. So everybody got gift cards at the table, which they're never going to use, and she immediately got a shot of wild turkey to clean out the mouth. Yeah, you control the situation. You do not let that situation control you. You give her the whole bottle. I even saw the manager, the manager from the back of the house, the kitchen manager came out. I've never seen him on the floor. And that's how I knew something was up, because stay in your lane. Which brings us, so like about 10 minutes later, I went in the back to get some drinks or something. And I look over, because they're doing prep work on pork chops. We love pork chops. And I look over, and the guy who's tenderizing them, he has a Band-Aid on one finger, and he's not wearing gloves. For the love of God, Carl, wear your gloves. All right. Well, let's go out. It's been a great day. I gotta go back, snort a line of coke mixed with protein powder, but then I'll come out and sign some autographs. All right. Woo! Have a good night.